And we're back, and we've got an old familiar face here. Well, not that old, but a familiar face. Back with us again, Malcolm McCollam with Tulsa Tough Bicycle Get Together. Malcolm, tell a little bit about this. This is a gathering really not just from here, but it's worldwide. Folks come to ride their bicycles in Tulsa, do they not, in June?
Quite amazing. We've got all the states covered from coast to coast, and interestingly, last week I received a request on the criterium races for a team that was trying to get in, even though our field was full, and they were asking about access to the races. There were 7 riders, and all 7 were either from Nicaragua, Colombia, and Costa Rica.
Holy Toledo!
I know we're going to find a way to get them into the race.
If you were to make an educated guess on this, which with your background, your experience, you can do quite easily, how many folks would you say were in the event last year?
Well, we have about 1,300 individual racers. And again, those races have what are called field limits. So we can only get up to a certain number and handle that many, and then we have to close it down. We had right around 2,000 in the Fondo, and that ride continues to grow. And we had about 300 or 400 in the free and open to the public townie ride. So whatever those all add up to is about how many participants we had. And then we had somewhere between, depending upon the day, 30 to 40,000 spectators a day.
How old is this event?
This will be our sweet 16th year, 17 if you count COVID.
Well, congratulations. It's I think it's a marvelous get together, and it runs over the 10th through the 12th in June.
Yes, it does. Friday night we kick off in the Blue Dome District with the McNelly's Criterium. Always a really fun event downtown. It's an abbreviated schedule. The action starts around 5 o'clock and then continues into the dark with fireworks, and it's just crazy stuff. A lot of fun. Saturday we move over to the FC Tulsa Criterium in the Arts District with a full day schedule from 8 o'clock to 9:30 at night. And of course the Fondos run from 7 o'clock to 5 p.m. that day. And then Sunday, everything moves down to the river parks. And this year we'll have the McElroy River Parks Criterium. And of course, you can't say Sunday River Parks without mentioning the infamous Crybaby Hill, which has become a rite of passage for some.
How much, just off the top of your head, how much money would you guesstimate is pumped back into our economy with this event?
The best estimate we've been given is somewhere in that $3 to $5 million range as a boost to the local economy.
That ain't small change.
It's not. It's not. It's it's really remarkable that a group of 6 people seated around a conference table in 2005 had talks about making something happen. We just rolled our sleeves up and got started, and this is where we find ourselves today.
Are you at a point where you can kind of give us the possible route it'll take?
The criterium races remain the same that they have over previous years, Blue Dome, Arts District, and River Parks. And then the Fondos, I think actually in 2022, we're going to use the exact same routes we did in 2021. Those are all available on the website, tulsatough.com, and people can download those files. And so now it's very common for cyclists to ride with what are called GPS computers on their bikes. And they're very easy to operate, where you download what's called a GPX file. Goes right into the computer on your handlebars. It pops up and it will just guide you on a turn-by-turn directions of each route. And all those files are available on our website.
I've been told that there are several who show up with gadgets with GoPro cameras that they'll turn their cameras on when they start, and they're off to the races. And if necessary, they'll shut them down from time to time so that they have enough footage to cover the entire route. Is there much of that?
There's quite a lot of that in not only the criterium races, but in the fondos. You see quite a lot of that. And I guess it's just a reflection of what's happened with technology. In fact, they've gotten smaller and lighter as the years have gone on. One of the benefits of that technology to us is that this year we're going to be able to use what's called an FPV drone, also referred to sometimes as a virtual reality drone.
Mm-hmm.
So you see these contests on different cable networks where these drone operators will have actually a goggles on their face, and they're seeing there's a camera mounted on the drone. The drones are very tiny. They weigh less than a pound, and they're about 6 inches in diameter. And these camera operators of these FPV drones are so skilled, they can thread the needle through very small spaces. We're going to be able to have live footage during our broadcast, our live streaming broadcast of the races from FPV drones, just maybe 8 or 10 feet away from the riders. And these drones can go 25 or 30 miles an hour. So we're going to have brand new viewpoints that'll take you very close to the action that we've never had before.
It's hard to believe we have that kind of technology available and just anybody can use it.
It is. I mean, anybody can use it to do that kind of operation we have. You have to have a certain FAA license and a special after hours permit, for safety protocol, because we have so many spectators, cyclists, things like that. But it is amazing that it's out there.
I remember back in the day when in California, when they had running events, and they'd have a guy riding tandem on the back of a motorcycle, and a guy in front driving, of course, and the guy in the back would be doing a live shot from the back of the motorcycle to a satellite and down to the network for distribution. I mean, it was so complicated, so complex, and to map out what you're saying, people like me can walk in and say, "Hey, I got this drone, here I come."
It's true. We've longed for this kind of a camera shot in our races for many years, and we looked at the exact technology that you mentioned. And you have to have an airplane or a helicopter overhead to be able to repeat that signal up to the satellite and bounce down. And of course, that involves a budgetary line item that just was out of our reach. But the drones became available, and it seems like the pattern most of this technology follows comes in very high, and then very quickly it becomes very affordable. And so it's fortunate that happened, and we're going to be able to utilize that.
I know that you're a very kind individual, and you would never make fun of people like me. But folks like me have to use training wheels on a bicycle at our age. Is there a group that a little unsteady that might want to participate? Is there room for them?
There's room for everyone, especially on Sunday on the Townie ride. You would be surprised the people get caught up in the energy of the week and decide to pull an old bicycle out of the attic or garage at the last minute on Sunday and come down. And as long as that thing will turn the cranks and the wheels and the tires are good, they're welcome. It's a 5-mile ride, and it happens at 2:00. And all that information, of course, is on our website. But there's actually another element. I'm glad you mentioned that, because with the technology advents, again, these electric pedal assist bicycles, e-bikes, have become so popular and so accessible that we have made that an option that's in the fondos. So people can ride e-bikes in the fondos.
Really?
Oh yeah, and do any of those distances, anywhere from 40 to 60 to 100 miles. E-bikes are welcome.
You know
so
what?
If you have one of those,
you got my attention.
See?
Just power up on an e-bike. Malcolm, I want to thank you for taking time. And again, the dates are June 10th through the 12th. And if you need further information, you folks just go to the website for Tulsa Tough. It is so informative and so easy to navigate, and you can get any question answered. And there are phone numbers, and there's also written information printed off and carry it with you. But I think personally, this is going to be a heck of a spectator sport as far as I'm concerned, because knowing some of the things that'll be there, some of the people that'll be there, and some of the innovations technically that they're going to be using, man, I don't think I want to miss this.
Well, I hope to see you down there.
Hey, listen, Malcolm, thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
Keep us posted on all of it. We're all
Be
out.
well.
We're all out of time, folks. Thank you for being a part of it, and we'll see you back next time.